It's commonly asked of me, what is the most authentic biography of the Prophet Muhammad? Well, I would say the two most accurate biographies about the Prophet Muhammad, I would say, would be Ibn Hisham and the History of Al-Tabari. So, basically, I think Ibn Hisham did a better job than Ibn Sa'd when he wrote his biography down, because Ibn Hisham took out a lot of false stories about the Prophet Muhammad in his biography. Now, whether he did a good job or not, you would have to see the independent chains of transmission found in Ibn Hisham's book. But usually, Ibn Hisham is more referenced. For example, at this book, uh, In the Footsteps of the Prophet, Lessons from the Life of Muhammad by Tariq Ramadan. And Tariq Ramadan only quotes Ibn Hisham. He doesn't even attempt to quote Ibn Sa'd. So and Ibn Hisham wrote a six volume set of biography. I don't think it's been translated into English. It's only available in Arabic. Then another two books I would recommend are these two books. The Prophet of Islam, in light of the original sources and analytic study by Dr. Mahdi Rizdullah Ahmed. So I would recommend these books. I got these books at a Muslim conference in the market, or in the bazaar. These I think these two books cost $40. I think they were $20 each, so I got them for $40. Or I think I made a deal with the seller. I can't remember the price. I believe I didn't pay more than $40 for these two books. So these two books would be really good for studying the life of the Prophet Muhammad, because this guy puts the life. Not only does he put the life of the Prophet Muhammad in chronological order, but he says whether the story is authentic or not. For example, he talks about in volume one, he talks about how the Satanic Verses story is false, and he gives reasons. He gives the scholars reasoning why the Satanic Verses story is false, and he shows that Ibn Kathir said that chain of transmission has these fabricators in it, and things like that. So basically, this book is really good because he analyzes every source of the sources he's quoting, of the biographical sources he's quoting, and he tells whether those sources are authentic or not authentic. So I would recommend these two volumes. He quotes a lot from Ibn Hisham, etc., etc. Then I would also recommend this book, The Sealed Nectar. This is a popular book, written by somebody in the Islamic. This was edited by someone in the Islamic University of Al Medina Al Munare. So I would recommend this book, The Sealed Nectar. The revised edition. So this book, I'm pretty sure you can find this on Amazon, or some kind of Islamic bookstore. I'm pretty sure you can find this book out there. Uh, uh, you know. Then I would also recommend this book, The History of Al-Tabari. Now, the good thing about Al-Tabari is that he warns people that his books are filled with weak and authentic narration. So you know that he's not just recording only authentic stories. He's recording anything he hears, and he's not doing any kind of fact checking. He's just putting it into his books. So, another good thing about the History of Al-Tabari is that Al-Tabari put the Prophet Muhammad's life in chronological order. If you read the Hadith, if you read Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, Abu Dawud, Ibn Majah, the Prophet Muhammad's life is not in chronological order. It only records the actions and sayings of the Prophet Muhammad, but it doesn't put anything in chronological order. So there's stories in there in Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim and Abu Dawud that are mixed, that are pretty much mixed up. You don't know where. You can't build a chronological order of the Prophet Muhammad's life. The History of Al-Tabari did that. He put the life of the Prophet Muhammad in chronological order. and he recorded authentic stories about the Prophet Muhammad and inauthentic stories. For example, in the history of Al-Tabari, he talks about the satanic verses, but that story is false. So he would put false stories into his works. He also records the story of Zainab bin Jash, why the Prophet Muhammad wanted to marry her, but that story is false. So he wasn't just recording accurate traditions. He was recording false traditions too, just to give a complete picture of the biography of the Prophet Muhammad. So I'll recommend this book, The History of Al-Tabari. The History of Al-Tabari, the volume 6 to volume 9. Yeah, I believe volume 6 to volume 9 talks about the life of the Prophet Muhammad, and he talks about, from the beginning of his prophetic mission to his death. So I have the History of Al-Tabari, Volume 6, and another good thing about the History of Al-Tabari is he talks about the genealogy of the Prophet Muhammad. He traces the Prophet Muhammad back to Adnan, and Adnan traces back to Kedar, and Kedar was the son of Ishmael. So he gives why that is, and he talks about the northern Arabs and how the northern Arabs trace their lineage through Adnan to Kedar to Ishmael. Keep in mind that Kedar and Ishmael were in Arabia according to the Old Testament, according to the Bible. I'll make a separate video on that. So basically, those are the books I would recommend if you want to know about the life of the Prophet Muhammad in chronological order. Of course, we have Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, etc. But those sources don't give any kind of chronological order of the life of the Prophet Muhammad. So stay tuned. A lot more videos are up ahead.